News at 6 starts right now.
Grand Rapids Officer Christopher Schurr arraigned on one count of second-degree murder in the death of Patrick Lyoya.
And Fox 17 has learned that he posted bond and has been released from jail. Once again, we have team coverage for you on today's arraignment. Doug Reardon and Julie Dunmeyer are live in Grand Rapids with the reaction fallout from yesterday's charging decision. But we start with Michael Martin live outside the jail where Schurr was booked. Michael.
Yeah, Josh, as you mentioned, we're here outside the jail in Battle Creek, so quite far away from that courtroom scene up in Grand Rapids. Now, as you said, we found out that Christopher Schurr was released this afternoon after posting bond. That bond set at $100,000 cash surety. We don't know the details yet, whether he was able to provide the full amount, went to a bail bonds company and was able to give 10%. We don't know that yet, but right here behind me, these Sally ports, that door is where they are typically let out. Now, we didn't see him leave. He could have very well been in the back of a vehicle that we missed on our way, our time out here. But I did just finally hear back from the Calhoun County spokesperson with Calhoun County, and they said that he was released at some point between 3:45 and 4:45 as to exactly when he posted bond. They didn't know yet at this time, but pretty high bond amount, but something typical that you'll see with charges like murder in the second degree. We heard from the judge going through a list of things. Doug and Julie will bring you a further breakdown of what they considered when they were looking at whether or not to even issue bond. But he is released at this point on that very serious charge, and it remains to be seen what he would be convicted on once it goes to a jury. I did speak to a legal expert this afternoon who says when it comes to that process, it could end up being a much lesser charge.
There's no clear and fast rule about how it works, but generally, if one party, particularly defense, but one party wants a lesser included instruction, then they make the request. And under certain circumstances, it's mandatory that it be granted. Under certain circumstances, it's discretionary as to whether or not it's granted.
So again, GRPD Officer Christopher Schurr issued a $100,000 bond. He was able to post that released from the Calhoun County Jail at some point between 3:45 and 4:45 p.m. here. Not exactly sure in terms of further details on that. Of course, once we find out, we'll bring you those. But for now, live in Battle Creek, Michael Martin, Fox 17 News.
All right, Michael, thank you. And continuing our coverage tonight, we're checking in now with Fox 17's Doug Reardon.
He's joining us live with a recap of Officer Schurr's arraignment. Doug, what happened?
Yeah, good evening, guys. That arraignment took place a couple hours ago in the 61st District Court here at the building behind me. Officer Schurr appeared on video wearing that orange jumpsuit that prisoners are given when they are booked. The courtroom full of his supporters, a lot of his family members. And it had been 66 days as of yesterday since Patrick Lyoya was killed that we actually got the announcement from prosecutor Chris Becker on these charges. We finally got that announcement yesterday. Second-degree murder against Officer Schurr, a single charge. Becker also said during a press conference yesterday that he will be the one trying this case, also in the building behind us. Now, even before today's hearing, we were getting some new information on the investigation that led to his arrest. In a probable cause testimony that was given yesterday from a detective with Michigan State Police, they led the investigation. That detective told a judge that Schurr never interviewed for the investigation. He only submitted a written response. Today, Schurr was read his rights and was respectful in court, indicating to the judge that he understood the charges that he faced. His bond was set at $100,000, as Michael mentioned. It also became very clear today that his attorneys intended to show that Schurr was trying to defend himself against Lyoya during that struggle. We've seen the videos now. It shows the two wrestling over Schurr's taser on the lawn of a Nelson Street home in April before that fatal shot was fired. So listen to Schurr's attorney, Mark Dodge, explain their defense for the very first time.
Your Honor, the defense submits that Officer Schurr on this charge was justified in his use of force in this episode and is not guilty of this crime. And we ask that the court honor that presumption of innocence.
And one other note to make, second-degree murder here in Michigan carries a possible life sentence. It was also noted today that Officer Schurr has no prior criminal charges on his record. We're live in downtown Grand Rapids. Doug Reardon, Fox 17 News.
All right, Doug, thank you. Let's head over to our Julie Dunmeyer, who witnessed some tense moments after the arraignment.
Yeah, and all of that unfolded just outside that courtroom. Julie, supporters of Officer Schurr collided with a small but very vocal group of protesters.
Yeah, what I can tell you guys is that it was an intense moment, but also I want to start out with adding in some information I've been able to learn from Officer Schurr's defense counsel. They tell me that he believes, of course, that this was a justified shooting, that's what they say, that's what he maintains this entire time, that, again, they say that this is the first time he's ever fired his weapon in the line of duty. This is all from the defense attorney in their opinion. And also the second time ever that he's used his taser in his 7 years in the Grand Rapids Police Department. And they say that that's why they say that this is justified, and they plan to prove that in court. But meanwhile, in the courtroom today at arraignment, there were dozens of family members, loved ones there gathered to support Officer Schurr, wearing shirts that say hashtag stand with Officer Schurr, everyone wearing a blue ribbon. But in general, it was a very quiet courtroom. Even before the arraignment, people weren't talking. It was very intense, as you can imagine. I also heard from the defense attorney also that Officer Schurr has said that he's scared, understandably, in a situation. I think anyone who's being charged with second-degree murder, that's a hefty charge that weighs on someone. But he believes that he was justified in this case and that they will take this to trial if necessary. They're not going to accept a plea deal in this case. I want you to take a listen to what people heard as they were leaving the courtroom.
It's a literal cult. They're literally worshiping a white man who murdered somebody. Black people are.
Justice for Patrick. Justice for Patrick.
Now, this all resolved itself without much further incident. People were just shouting at each other back and forth. The media was yelled at by the group of people. It was a small group of people who were there who were upset as the supporters for Officer Schurr were leaving the courtroom today. All types of vulgarities, that sort of a thing. But thankfully, everything ended without much more than a disruption. Here's more from what the defense had to say.
Even if you just watch the video, you can see an officer who's trying to do his job as he was trained. And the police procedure at the time, the policy he's following it to the letter. This all happened, and he hasn't had a chance to go back and do a debrief of whether the car was stolen or not. But we've got no evidence of now. And the government, I'm sure, will turn it over. And then, we'll have the opportunity in court to explain why we feel he was justified in his actions.
Meanwhile, Officer Schurr is recommended to be fired by Chief Eric Winstrom. That is on Mark Washington's desk. We're not able to obtain much more information about that process. It's a lengthy process. Schurr will go before a board of people before that happens, before any of those decisions are made. But again, this is a case that's going to continue. We're going to continue covering June 21st, the next court date, and we'll be there, of course. Live in Grand Rapids, Julie Dunmeyer, Fox 17 News.